What's up, people? So I'm in my home gym now, kind of in between workouts, and actually I'm running the machine somewhat behind me. I'm not going to describe how my garage here works, but I got the machine about 2 doors down from me right now, and that's running. So if you hear it, I'm sorry. This is my situation. So I'm going to go over some new stuff I've got coming out, and kind of a stupid plan I've got. But so the Baby Boss here, and so forgot to say, but my name is Carmelo. This is Fingers of Fury, and I make finger training equipment for climbers. I've noticed that some of the people that find my YouTube videos are not even necessarily climbers, but so this is one of my training tools that I've been making for a while. This is how it's looked for not quite 2 years. It's thicker on the back side. So what I did is I thinned it out here, and I've added a dragon scale pattern on the back. And I know my camera is absolutely not going to cooperate to show, there it is, but that's what it's looking like. So this is going to be a test, so to speak. I'm gauging interest for this pattern. I think that people are going to like that it's lighter now. It's about 2 ounces lighter. I don't think anyone's using this backside here for anything. So this is going to be out for my Black Friday-ish sale coming up. I've got about 100 of these made right now, and they're going to be at the normal price, but if these were to come back, it would be at an increased price. So what I might do in the future, if I don't go back to this, is this would be blank. So it would just have the Fingers of Fury logo without a dragon scale pattern on there, because it does take quite a bit more time to engrave a pattern on the back there. So that's coming up. So again, 2 ounces lighter, I got a cool pattern. In the future, maybe I'll do other patterns. And so here's a finished one. I don't know that you really need to see what it looks like after it's been media blasted, but I've been messing around with this one. Not that it's wildly different. I did slightly increase the radius here, so it's slightly more comfortable. But then the other thing is I've got this curved insert, and I think I've mentioned it before, but I've done these curved inserts. Oh, here it is, I'm sorry. I've had this prototype for the curved insert, and I've given them to some people for a long time. And what it's good at doing is, and this is Lattice has came up with this concept here. I just was able to adapt it to an insert for Baby Bosses or any of my Boss line of products. But some people do find it more comfortable, and that's the main thing. Tyler Nelson has a video up where he does a strength test with this, and no surprise, he's pulling less weight with this for sure. And then, but what I will say is some people find if their pinky, their distal joint goes a little bit too far, it can be uncomfortable for them. And this just kind of limits your pinky and your index from going in that far. So again, I've had this before, but to get it out, you kind of have to bonk on it, and you could kind of get it in there and get it out. But what I did is I added a, well, I'll just take it out. So that's how easy it is to take out. I added this wall, and then on the wall, I added, let's see if it comes up. I don't know how to make my, so there's an indentation there, you can see. So just made it a lot easier to pull out. There's still the flexure here. And then, you know, it's really easy to pull in, take out. So now it's no problem. So that's in addition to the 3mm inserts that you can get. So you have another option. This will just be, you know, not much more expensive. And again, there's going to be a sale for Black Friday, so I'll make those a little bit less than they will be in the future. So again, before starting this video, I had to look back and see how long it's been since I've done a video here. It's been 4 months, and so I had just released the Zod. So I think I've sold like 150 of these or something at this point. They initially had inserts like this that were just flat, and the problem was I had 5mm plastic sheet that these were being cut to. And I like plastic sheet because it's a consistent material, whereas like a 3D print like this is hollow. But I ended up liking the 3D printing better. Actually looks a little bit better to me, but then it is hollow on the inside. So for having 15mm worth of material, it's not heavy, but it's getting on that way. But then I was also able to add get closer to 5mm nominally. I'm not going to say this is perfect, but much closer to like 4.5 millimeters I was getting before. But then I was also able to add an indentation, and I'm not even going to bother showing it on the 5. There's an indentation if that shows up. If I cover my face, I think the camera will show it. So there's an indentation here, and then you can see there's some relief to the material on the back there. And that makes it so a 10 millimeter insert doesn't get stuck. So as you can imagine, as you're pulling this and it tips forward, usually the back of the material is going to grab what's in there, especially with this unique shape it would grab. So now it went from pretty difficult to take out and not as accurate of material to much easier to take out. And then there's also a curved insert, similar geometry to the Baby Boss. Again, this goes in, so you can have a variable depth insert, but then also change the overall depth of it there. Again, there's a nice pull tab, so this comes right out. So that's that for the Zod since the last time I've had a video. And then I'll go over real quick. I've got a couple cool designs coming out. That's upside down. So if you've ever seen Turd Rodeo on Instagram, he's a climber and he does illustrations. So he did this for me. I have it on a sticker that I'm going to include if you buy the new t-shirt coming out. And then I usually throw in kind of random stickers with the product at this point. And then I've also got, this one is new as well, is a regular Nintendo cartridge with a Fingers of Fury 8-bit illustration on there. Okay, so that's that. And then so for the final thing I've got that I'm working on, and this is probably, or not probably, this is definitely going to be something I tackle in the new year. And it's really more of a, do I do this or not? And so I was posed with the problem of taking a Big Boss, and I'm holding a prototype, even though it looks like the old one of the Big Boss. And what the normal one is it's got a chamfer here on the front face and then on the back face. And that's just brand language that I've been using on everything else. You can see that on all of my products is I like a nice big chamfer on there. So this is different. And what we're trying to do is make this comfortable for a deadlift / pull-up. And as you can imagine, when you're getting up in weight for a deadlift, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable even with this rounded over. So it works. This is the minimum viable option for sure. This would be the cheapest way to do it. But my other idea that I'm going to explore hopefully next year is cutting out a section here. And then what I may do is with that, cut out the back here similar to the Baby Boss I've been showing off. And then I want to do some sort of indentation here where I have a grip that snaps in. So no screws, nothing like that. Something that will snap in, kind of like how my inserts are a no tool thing. So you could add a nice comfy grip to the top of it, but then also anything else that I might want to add, or people might want to add. It would be a much easier request to say, hey, I wish there was an ergonomic version of this, or a custom tailored to, I don't want to say custom tailored to my hand, because I don't know that I want to get into super specific inserts, but maybe I'll have different styles. I don't know that this would be big enough for a slope or anything, but that's the idea, is having interchangeable grips on the top there. So that's something I'm working on as well. For the last thing, I'm going to turn my camera around, take it off the stand, and show you what I've got. All right, so my garage is a mess. Again, I was working out, and this showed up, I think it was yesterday now, but I've got a couple axle straps, and this is rigged up on my powerlifting rack. And then you've got a chain hoist to a crane scale to this block that I milled out a bit hastily, so I'm sorry that it doesn't look too good as far as how I like things to look, but what goes in that is I've got a, excuse me for the camera work, so I've got a Baby Boss, and what this is able to do is go in where your fingers would go. So I've seen some people that wrap like a strap around here, somewhere in any case that is not where your fingers go, and that's going to give a falsely high reading. So I at least wanted to take that out of the equation, where I'm not pressing in on here and having it act like a piece of C-channel, which would be a bit stronger. So I just taken that out of the equation, getting a more true measurement of what this is. And so another carabiner would go in here, and another axle strap would go through here. So I've got that, and I've only done 850 pounds, which is a lot, obviously, but this will go higher than that for sure. With 850 pounds, there was no deformation, so this can definitely go higher, but I just need to, you know, have time to do it. So I've got that, and then I've got 2 more of those same blocks. So I can also test something like a Big Boss, which is 2 hands, but then also one of these is going to be sacrificial. And the plan for that is my buddy just got an excavator, so I'm gonna head over to his farm and hopefully, you know, bust up some Baby Bosses or something in a stupid way, just for fun. So that's what I've got going on. I'm gonna flip the camera around. So that's it. You know, I'm just working out, or taking this video in between working out. I got a lot going on, you know, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.